You studied yesterday, you understood everything, you even felt proud of yourself. But today, when you try to remember, your mind goes blank. It feels like all that effort just disappeared. So the real problem is not that you're not studying enough, it's that your brain is not saving what you study. In the last episode, we focused on improving science and maths, but today this is something more powerful because it applies to every subject you study. This is about understanding how your brain actually works, and once you get this right, you won't need to study longer hours to get better results. Think of this as learning how to lock information inside your brain instead of letting it fade away. Step 1. The forgetting curve hack. There was a student who used to study for hours in one day and then never look at the topic again, believing that once was enough. But the next day, most of it was gone, and they had to start from zero again. Then they changed one small habit. Instead of studying once, they started revisiting the same topic after a few hours, then again the next day, and again after a few days. At first it felt repetitive, but something surprising happened. The more they came back to it, the easier it became to remember, and eventually they didn't forget it at all. This is because your brain strengthens memories every time you revisit them. So instead of long one-time study sessions, your new approach should be short reviews spread over time, because that's how your brain actually stores information. Step 2. The mix-up method. Another student believed focusing on one subject for a long time was the best way to study, so they would spend hours only on one topic. It felt productive, but during exams they struggled to switch between questions quickly. Then they tried something unusual. They started mixing subjects in shorter time blocks, moving from one topic to another instead of staying on one for too long. At first it felt confusing and harder, but over time their brain became faster and more flexible. This worked because switching subjects forces your brain to think in different ways, which is exactly what happens in exams. So instead of staying in one subject for hours, try mixing them, because that challenge is what actually trains your brain to perform better. Step 3. The blurt method. There was also a student who didn't rely on perfect notes or neat summaries. Instead, after studying a topic, they would close everything and take a blank paper and write down everything they could remember without checking anything. Sometimes it looked messy, sometimes they forgot a lot, but that was the point. When they compared what they wrote with the actual content, they could clearly see what they missed. That gap showed exactly what they needed to focus on next. This method works because it forces your brain to actively pull information out instead of just reading it again. And that effort is what makes learning stick. So instead of reading your notes again and again, try writing from memory and then fixing your mistakes. Step 4. The energy rule. One student kept trying to study late at night because they thought more hours meant better results, but no matter how long they sat with their books, nothing really went in. Then they noticed something important. During certain times of the day, their mind felt clear and focused, while at other times it felt slow and distracted. So they stopped forcing themselves to study when they were tired and started using their most energetic hours for their hardest subjects. Suddenly, even 1 hour felt extremely productive. This is because your brain has peak energy times, and studying during those moments makes a huge difference. So instead of focusing only on how long you study, start paying attention to when your brain works best and use that time wisely. So if you feel like you're studying but not seeing results, don't blame yourself. Just change the way you study. Because once you understand how your brain works, studying becomes easier, faster, and way more effective. And in the next episode, we're going to go even deeper into how to stay consistent and avoid procrastination completely.